It's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to Classic Flyers Theater with me, Timmy Flyersguy. In today's episode, we take a look back once again of the early years of the Philadelphia Flyers. In today's episode, we take you back to Game 6 of the 1974 Stanley Cup Finals between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Boston Bruins. Let's go, Flyers!
What's this? A tough act to follow for these two hockey teams this afternoon in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Championship. We saw a touch of class there from two classy young athletes, Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito, who went over to meet and shake hands with Kate Smith. Kate Smith is a good luck omen, a human good luck omen for the Philadelphia Flyers. And there was some talk, whether it was serious or not, that Pep Whittleman might not let his team line up during the singing of God Bless America. He said, well, that's not the national anthem, but I think Pep was just putting everybody on. Naturally, his squad would exhibit the same respect for that grand song and that grand artist, Kate Smith. And this is a very highly charged crowd, as you might expect, as they work to get the carpeting off and the organ from this live presentation of Kate Smith's appearance here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. The goaltenders this afternoon, Gilles Gilbert for the Boston Bruins. In 15 playoff games, a goals against average of 2.75. For the Philadelphia Flyers, in 16 playoff games, a goals against average of 2.14. They have both been consistently good throughout the playoffs. Their records speak for themselves. Bernie Parent certainly is a leading candidate for the Conn Smythe Trophy as the MVP in all of the playoff action so far. And most everyone recognizes that he is up there among all of the top contenders for that award. He has been positively brilliant. But Gilbert has not really been overshadowed in this series against Philadelphia. He has played extremely well. Referee today is Art Scove, number 1. The linesmen are Claude Béchard, number 22, and Neil Armstrong, number 8. And we're about set to play hockey. The Flyers will be to our right and white, and they are starting Rick McLeish, Ross Lonsbury, and Simon Nollet. Nollet playing in the spot normally occupied by Gary Dornhofer, who is gone for the remainder of the series for the separated children. On defense, Joe Watson, number 14, and Andre Dupont, number 6. For the Boston Bruins, they will start their big unit of Phil Esposito at center. No, wait a minute. We see Kenny Hodge out there, who is on that line, but it's Greg Shepard at center with John Busick, number 9, and Bobby Schmatz. Hodge just wanted to be the last man to give a word of encouragement to his goaltender, Gilbert. He now goes to the Bruin bench. It will be Shepard, Busick, and Schmatz, their most consistent line throughout all of the playoffs. Carol Vadnais and Dallas Smith on defense. And we're ready to play hockey. Game 6 of this tremendously exciting Stanley Cup Championship Series. From the draw, McLeish controls to Dupont. Dupont hands it right to Busick. Busick of Boston, checked by Nollet, and his pass goes to McLeish. McLeish of the Flyers ahead to Lonsbury. By himself over the line. Into the slot, checked from behind by Schmatz. Puck taken by Vadnais, who sets up back to his own goal and wheels out the left side. Away from McLeish. Away from Lonsbury. The pass to Dallas Smith in deep. Sharp angle shot. Stopped by Perron. Lost control of the rebound. But Nollet has it in the corner. A penalty coming up to the Flyers here. In the first minute of play, Schmatz was dumped over in that corner action. Bobby Clark on the faceoff. The Bruin power play. Esposito, Hodge, Busick, Shepard, and Orr. But Clark comes out with the puck. He stopped at the blue line by Shepard, and the Bruins keep it in. Busick fires it back to the Flyer goal. Perron holds it up for Jim Watson. Number 20. Down the ice. Clark and Barber up front. Van Impe and Jim Watson back. Shepard with Barber right on him. Shepard up the left side to Busick. 1:36 left in the penalty. Opening seconds of play. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. Esposito to Orr. Orr a shot. Leg save by Perron, who's got the stick and leg in front of that puck label for the far corner. And Barber clears it down the ice. He comes to the Philadelphia bench. Chris comes on to work with Clark up front. Bobby Orr, number 4, to Busick. The captain of the Bruins over to Hodge behind him with a pass. Clark takes it up. Here's Chris over the line by himself. Slap shot cut by Gilbert. Orr brings it up. 1:04 left in the penalty. Busick off the skates of Esposito with a second bad pass from the veteran Busick. The deflection all the way to Jimmy Watson, who elects to hold on with Esposito pinning him. And he'll face it off to the left of Bernie Parent. 55 seconds remaining in the penalty to Andre Dupont. Phil Esposito apparently has been bothered somewhat by a leg problem during this series, an aftermath of the surgery on his leg last summer. He was injured in the playoffs last year, and the leg has apparently bothered him somewhat off and on over the season, but he skated freely and well in Thursday night's 5th game. And watching him closely on this first shift here, it looks like he is in fine form today. Esposito with 9 playoff goals, just 2 in the series, the first 5 games against the Flyers. Bruins keep it in. Vadnais off the stick of Cashman, his teammate. It comes to Van Impe, drills it along the boards. Hodge, covered by Clement, keeps it in. Kenny Hodge battling there with Bill Clement, number 10, and they freeze it again. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Bill Clement, who only played 1 game in the New York series and hurt his knee, and the next day in practice this is his 3rd game back with Philadelphia. Good skater, very exceptionally good skater, fast skater, and has been playing very well because he does lack condition from the lack of activity.
Bob Kelly skated in the 3-game warm-up following his knee surgery. He's been out for most of these playoffs, injured in the New York series as well. skated in the warm-up but did not dress for the game. Cashman battling in the corner. Number 12 to Orr. Back in for Kenny Hodge. Checked by Van Imp. Loose puck. Orr keeps it in the corner to Cashman. Cashman missed it. It goes all the way to Jim Watson. Van Imp dumps Esposito. But Hartstove was shot. Ruled no penalty. Here's Chris to Clement in a goal. He shoots. Big save by Gilbert on Bill Clement. A 2-on-1 break. But Gilbert came up big on Clement. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Clayton shoots it down into the Bruin zone. Bobby Orr swings out quickly. The teams are at first strength, at full strength. And Orr gets away from Kindrachuk, still has it. He shoots, and it's high and over the net off the glass. All the way to the blue line. Out to center ice, Hodge takes over. Over to Carol Vadnais. Long slap shot by Vadnais. Stick save for Perron. Team changing on the move. 17:08 to go in this first period. Skolatoki O'Reilly steals. He shoots, big stick save by Perron on Terry O'Reilly, who picked off the errant Flyer pass. Zaleski can't get started. Cashman cuts him off. Dallas Smith inside the Boston zone. Right side feed for Terry O'Reilly, but Joe Watson is there. He fires it to center ice. O'Reilly, checked by McLeish, keeps on going, still has the puck around Zaleski, banks it in to the Flyer zone, and Perron holds it up for Joe Watson. Up the boards for Zaleski. Zaleski ahead for Rick McLeish. He missed the pass. Darrell Edestrand has it, gives it to Savard as Edestrand falls. Savard, O'Reilly, and Marcotte, the Boston line. Savard gets around Blades, and it's checked by Joe Watson in the corner, centering pass. Marcotte, nobody there. Dallas Smith keeps it in for the Bruins. A drive blocked by McLeish. McLeish trying to get loose. Overskates the puck, has it now. Schultz and Zaleski with him. Rick McLeish on the left side, stopped by Dallas Smith. O'Reilly comes out for the Bruins. Savard with him. Savard and Edestrand. O'Reilly, long pass for Marcotte, picked off by Van Imp, sends Schultz back the other way. Dave Schultz, number 8, around Savard. Schultz flips to the corner, checked by Edestrand, and the puck poked loose. They thought they were going to get a face-off, but Edestrand has it. Edestrand to Dallas Smith, and Schultz dipped into Edestrand. Flett bumps Dallas Smith. The pass for O'Reilly too far. Jim Watson comes back into the Flyer zone for him. Watson, number 20, with Van Imp on defense. McLeish, Barber, and Flett the line now for the Flyers. Barber flicks it in. End-to-end action here in the opening minutes of play. Barber sends Edestrand flying, and Edestrand upsets him. Bill Flett flies in the corner with Marcotte. Flett comes up with the puck. Bumped by Marcotte. Barber with it. Barber throws it into the middle, and O'Reilly picks it off. Fires it down the ice. It's on goal. There'll be no icing call, as Perron had to make the stop. Teams change again as they have had few whistles here. Al Sims breaks up the pass intended for Bill Flett. The Bruins fired into the Flyer zone. Backcourt, Jimmy Watson up the boards for Barber. He takes a stiff check there from Richie Leduc, number 18, who just came on for the Bruins. Clark is on now with Barber and Flett for Philadelphia. Leduc, Schmatz, and Dave Forbes, a fourth-line unit for the Bruins out there from Coach Beck Whittlein. Al Sims, number 23, to Leduc. Leduc shoots it in to the Flyer zone. 14:42 to go, first period, no score. Joe Watson to Bobby Clark over his own line, and a long lead pass for Flett, which will be an icing call as it's touched by Bobby Orr. And we have 14:32 remaining in the first period. The score, the Boston Bruins nothing, the Philadelphia Flyers nothing.
In the early part of this game, both goaltenders have come up with fine saves. Here's O'Reilly testing Perron, and Perron comes up with one of about 4 that he's made already in this game.
They'll face it off to the left of Bernie Perron. Shepard controls to Orr. A low drive and a stick save by Perron on that low shot from Orr. Bruins keep it in. Shepard, a shot. Arm save by Perron. He saw that all the way. Clement trying to get it out. He does to Bruce Cowick, number 27, the rookie. Both teams using fourth lines. We've got Chris, Cowick, and Clement for the Flyers against the Shepard, Busick, Schmatz unit for the Boston Bruins. Busick shoots it in. Perron holds it up for Cowick. He's bumped, and the Flyers get control. DuPont brings it out. DuPont and Joe Watson are on defense. DuPont shoots it in and goes after it. Gilbert cuts it off. Crisp is there checking against Bobby Orr. Flyers keep it in. Crisp to Cowick. Cowick, number 27, back to DuPont. A rising shot blocked by Bobby Orr. Orr gets his own rebound. A good pass out to Busick. He's got skating room. Over the line, Shepard with him. Schmatz trailing Busick, stick handling, and DuPont knocks him off the puck. Busick got it to Shepard right on, and Perron made the save. What a play by Busick as he was flat on the seat of his pants. He got the pass to Shepard anyway for a shot on goal. Schmatz takes it away from Crisp at center ice. Bruins change on the fly. McLeish is out there now as the Flyers do the same. Jim Watson in his own zone, cross ice to Van Imp. McLeish is on with Nole and Lonsbury now for Philadelphia against Cashman. Esposito and Hodge. Lonsbury steals the shot wide. Lonsbury fired it wide as he stole the puck at the Boston line. Hodge ahead for Esposito. Drops it back to Ken Hodge. Ken Hodge pumped by Jimmy Watson, but Vadnais picks it up to Hodge. Can't catch up to the puck, but Nole had him covered. Jimmy Watson to McLeish. McLeish to Nole. Nole who can skate from down to that goal. Away from Vadnais. Run! Big save by Gilbert. Rebound. Another shot. Lost in front and poked away by Vadnais. Hodge sends Smith back. Tremendous action here. In the opening minutes of period 1. Dallas Smith rolls it into the slot. Nobody there. Cashman now. After it with Nole ahead of him. Jimmy Watson takes over. Back to the Flyer net. Setting up and slowing down this attack. This has been a fierce pace by both teams in the first 7 minutes of action. Jimmy Watson slowly now backhands it in. How they can keep this up remains to be seen. It's handed right to Nole by Gilbert, the goalie. Nole to McLeish trying to center. Vadnais blocks it. Vadnais and McLeish bump. Esposito with it. Checked by Lonsbury. Steal. Back to the blue line. Dupont a screen shot deflected wide. Up on the mesh and pinned by Joe Gilbert. 12:05 remaining in the first period with the score of the Boston Bruins nothing. The Philadelphia Flyers nothing.
Nole really tests Gilbert with a low shot, and he makes a skate save where the puck goes out to the left, across the net into the opposite corner. Right across into the corner. Really tested him there.
Gilbert and Bernie Piranha both been brilliant in the early going. Somebody in that face-off circle. Art Skov saw the culprit, and they'll face it off again. Clark, Barber, and Flett. This line reunited. That was Philly's top line over most of the regular season, but has been juggled considerably during the playoffs. Flett has not been playing very well. But he's up there with Clark and Barber now against Shepard, Busick, and Schmatz. Clark controls back to Bladen. Bladen shoots, blocked in front by Gilbert, and it's cleared away by Shepard. Gilbert made the save on that. I thought somebody else stopped it at first, but Gilbert stopped it with a good save through the traffic. Flyers keep it in. Bladen stealing, dumping it back to the Boston net. Orr to Shepard. Shepard back to Orr as Clark forechecks. Rink wide for Al. Sims to Busick, back to Sims. The rookie defenseman over to Schmatz, can't hold the pass. Dupont and Schmatz to the corner. Schmatz cuts him off, feeds it up. Shepard intercepts, knocks it back into the corner, and it's held for a face-off in the Flyer zone. In Flan, Manitoba, the home of Bobby Clark and other stars in the National Hockey League, northern Manitoba. Andre Savard against Terry Crisp. We have Crisp, Cowick, and Clement, another fourth line combination there for Fred Sherrill's Flyers against Savard, Marcotte, and O'Reilly. Joe Watson to Cowick. Cowick intended for Crisp. He missed it. Savard took over. Savard's played well for the Bruins in this series. That rookie centerman got a chance to play regularly when Chris Odlefson was traded to Vancouver and Derek Sanderson was suspended. Bladen, checked by Marcotte in deep. Chris comes deep in there to help. Bruins keeping the heat on here, and Joe Watson comes up with it. Watson out to Chris. Good pass, good check on it by Al Sims right at his own blue line. It's knocked in offside by Savard. In the last game, Thursday night, there were 12 penalties called by this time, and we've had only one in this superbly played first period, Ted.
Also in the first 8 minutes, it only took 12 minutes. Actually, there's a check on Chris by Sims. Good body check. As I was saying, it only took 12 minutes to play the first 8 minutes of the game. So that very few whistles and up and down. They're really setting quite a pace.
Tuesday night and Thursday night, in each case, the first period took an hour to play, an hour of running time, which is ridiculous to say the least. Vadnais' long shot handled by Perron. Dupont gives it to Joe Watson. Watson comes out of his own zone, beating Dupont again. Marcotte checking, and Savard comes up a high shot wide as Joe Watson forced it. Schultz is on with Kindrachuk and Selesky. Schultz on the right wing, Selesky on the left. They usually play just the reverse. Selesky after it. Vadnais beat him to it. Dumped into the corner. O'Reilly with Kindrachuk forechecking him. Loose puck picked up by Dallas Smith as Selesky lost sight of it. Dallas Smith to Savard, checked by Schultz, but Savard knocks it away ahead to Marcotte. Over to O'Reilly on his off-wing side, a shot wide of the goal. Out the backboards on the mesh. Knocked loose by Marcotte, but knocked down with a high stick as Marcotte knocked his own play ahead, and the whistle blows. 10-14 remaining in the first period. The score of the Boston Bruins, nothing. The Philadelphia Flyers, nothing. Scoreless hockey, first period, and some of the very creative banners here. I've given my personal award for banner creativity to the Philadelphia fans in the Spectrum. They've got some dandies here. We'll show you more as the game goes along. Richie Leduc is on now. Vadnais has the puck back to the goal. Leduc between Forbes and Bobby Smots. Vadnais to Dallas Smith as the Bruins finally get some skating room now. Leduc brings it up the left side. DuPont waiting for him. A low shot handled easily by Perron. Steered to the near boards. Cowan gave Smots a real ride, and he'll get a penalty. Now Forbes and Crisp collide. Clement comes into that in the corner, and up come the fists. Well, it started with the hard check by Cowan on Smots, and then Crisp took a shot in the corner, and everybody started to push and shove. Clement and Forbes trying to get at each other. And I was really hoping we might get through a period in this series without this kind of hockey, because the way it started, it was beautiful, pure Stanley Cup style hockey. But these are two rough, tough teams who have been testing each other's physical abilities throughout the series, and I guess this was inevitable here this afternoon. Forbes and Clement are the main event, if you can call it. Really didn't get too much started as the linesman Bayshard and Armstrong were there to break them up. Forbes and Clement roughing penalties at 10:18 if you're keeping score at home. Cowick elbowing also at the same 10:18 mark. So the Flyers will be shorthanded on the elbowing penalty to Cowick, and the Bruins will play 5 men against 4. And Art Skov has come over to the Boston bench to say, let's go, let's get players out here. And Skov, I'm sure, will be doing his best to keep this game moving along to prevent the kind of nonsense that we've had in other games in this series. The long delays, Ted, really unnecessary. All right, it's scoreless hockey with 9:42 remaining first period. Face off to the left of Bernie Perron. It'll be Bobby Clark with Jimmy Watson and Ed Van Imp against the power play unit of Esposito, Busick, Orr, and Shepard. Clark gets that face-off from Esposito, and he has done that consistently throughout the playoffs, and Watson shoots it down the ice. Gilbert had to make the stop on it, leaves it for Bobby Orr. 5 men against 4, Boston with a man advantage. 1:45 remaining in the 3 penalties. Esposito out of his own zone. Clark after him, Jimmy Watson waiting for him. Drop pass to Orr, and he missed it. Here's Clark. Orr lifted his head just as he approached the puck. Clark goes back as Orr got back to cut him off, and Clark wisely, discretion being the better part of valor, decided to keep possession of the puck there, use up some more time, and Van Imp shot it over the glass and out of play. 1:22 remaining.
Orr has a decided advantage there. Bobby certainly didn't expect him to miss that puck there, or he would have had a clean breakaway. Bobby had turned in to go after Orr. When Bobby missed it, he recovered. Clark recovered and got it, but he didn't have enough of a step on him to get the breakaway. You would see Orr lift his stick over the puck too much.
No, it looked like he just looked over to see where his pass was going to be, and that split-second mistiming, which is pretty rare for that superstar. He was incredible Thursday night. Bruins control the draw. Orr brings it into the line. He's met there by Jimmy Watson, who gives him a bump. Orr shot it all the way around. It's taken by Vadnais, who came in deep. Van Imp checks him. Esposito has it to Hodge. Hodge out to Vadnais. Vadnais to Orr. Orr's shot. I don't know whether it's in or not. There's no lane on it. Stopped in front. It's loose, and Clark has it. And that puck must have stopped. It's stopped by Van Imp and Hodge, who were pinned against the post. Perrott lost sight of it, and we lost sight of it. But it came loose, and the Flyers cleared it. And now a whistle here as the goal is off the standard down there in the Flyer zone. The net was knocked off the standard. And let's look at that one again, Ted.
Here's the action in front of that net. Here we see Watson and Hodge right there, and we'll see the shot come in here. Whether it hit Watson on the seat of the pants, Perrott lost sight of it, and as he moved around here, the puck will come out from under his feet. Esposito tried to get there, but Clark came in, fortunately for Philadelphia, and got it out of there.
I had Van Imp holding Hodge. I meant Jimmy Watson, and it looked like it hit either Watson on the seat of the pants or Ken Hodge on the thigh. And the puck was completely out of sight, but Art Skov, the referee, was right on the scene, and he did not blow the whistle because he knew the puck was loose, and indeed it developed that was the case. DuPont has it. 44 seconds left in the penalty. DuPont gets loose and shoots it in over the Boston line with 3 Bruins on him. Pretty good job by Andre DuPont. DuPont, McLeish, and Joe Watson now. Penalty killers for the Flyers. Same power play on the ice. Orr drops it back for Vadnais, but too far, and it comes over the blue line. They'll have to get everybody on side again. Vadnais, good skating defenseman, takes it back into his own zone, now gives it to Esposito. 20 seconds left in the penalties. Esposito, Cashman is on, replacing Busick. The pass to Cashman. Cashman takes a shot, blocked in front by DuPont. Esposito and DuPont. Esposito gets it to Vadnais to Orr. Inside the line, back to Vadnais. He's got a shot. He takes it. Saved by Perron, and he comes up with a rebound. Penalties have expired. A big save there by Perron with Esposito and Joe Watson in front of him.
You can understand why he tied Tony Esposito for the Vezina Trophy with saves like this. Here again, he moves out to cut down that angle. All of that action around him. But he still kept his eye on the puck, and that hands just smothered it as quickly as he could.
Well, that's a super play here. The way he moves out to get a look at that shot, Ted.
And watch the reflexes as that left arm comes right over there and grabs that puck. Look at that. Doesn't lose sight of it at all.
He has remarkable balance, it seems to me. That's one of his great attributes, that he can get knocked around or jostled, but he stays on his feet. Super play by Perron. We're back live. Shepard against Clement, the team for full strength. Boston controls. Shot by Edestrand, steered to the corner by Perron. Jimmy Watson, checked by Shepard. Shepard gets it to Busick. He fanned on the pass and handed it to Clement. His pass between the legs of Nolay. Edestrand for the Bruins. Back over the Flyer line. It's knocked out by Van Imp. Lonsbury battling with Edestrand. Nolay comes up. He can't get past Edestrand. Busick got control and fired it back into his own zone. So Boston could have that puck. Dallas Smith around the boards, right back to Busick. Busick in the middle for Shepard. It goes all the way over his stick to Schmatz. Schmatz forced away by Lonsbury. Schmatz working on his off-wing side. Now up the middle to Shepard. He's covered by Jim Watson. Feeds it off the boards for Schmatz. Away from Lonsbury at 5. 6 save by Perron. Rebound cleared by Van Imp. It goes over the glass and out of play.
It shows who has possession of the game. There's the running shots. 4 for Philadelphia, 13 for Boston. That's the decided factor of the territorial play here, Jim.
No question about that. Shepard against McLeish, and Shepard controls. Dallas Smith shot off the leg of Lonsbury. DuPont bumped by Shepard, but DuPont comes off with the puck, cuts in front of his own goal to feed to Lonsbury. Nolay racing up the right side. Lonsbury dumps it in. Nolay after it. Edestrand ahead of him. Backhands it off the backboard. Gilbert passed it too far for Dallas Smith, and Shepard is there. Ahead for Schmatz. DuPont checked him and took it away, then hit his own man Lonsbury, and the puck deflected to Schmatz. Schmatz over center ice, a long bouncer handled by Perron, who gives it to Ross Lonsbury. Lonsbury, number 18, ahead for McLeish. Pass too far. Backboard Dallas Smith. Lonsbury goes off. On comes Barber. On comes Flett. Flyers changing on the move. Dallas Smith forced back by McLeish. Edestrand for O'Reilly. O'Reilly jumped the Flyer winger, Bill Barber, and will have a penalty for hooking. The first penalty to the Bruins other than that roughing the floor. 6:02 to go in the first period. The score, the Boston Bruins nothing, Philadelphia nothing.
The penalty to O'Reilly when he tripped Barber. We'll take a look at that. Here he puts that stick right on that left leg, pulls the feet out from under him, and this will give Philadelphia their first opportunity at the power play.
Bobby Clark on the faceoff against Shepard. Shepard got it to Sims, but Clark gets it from Shepard to Clayton. Clayton a drive wide, missed everything by 5 feet. Barber throws it back in the goal to McLeish. McLeish to Lonsbury in the corner. Lonsbury back for McLeish, but Sims got a piece of it, can't get it out. Clark has it to McLeish. McLeish trying to get it back, still has it. Throws it into the slot, hits the goal post, loose puck in the crease, and they pile up on it. The puck still loose. Clark, now the whistle is blown. Clark and Orr furious at Bobby Clark. With Orr down, Clark was using his stick on Orr, and Orr threw his gloves in real anger at Bobby Clark. That puck hit the goalpost. They had a great chance there with Gilbert out of the play.
McLeish made a fine play. He just held it, gives it just a little bit of a pull around the Boston defenseman, and made a nice pass into the crease. The puck went across, hit the goalpost. We'll take another look. There's that little pull right there as McLeish pulls it around, takes a good look here, and gets it out to Clark, who got it a little bit of wood on it, goes right across here. You see it hit the post as McLeish tracked it and stayed out. Now there's the action where Clark and Orr got mixed up as Clark was trying to get to that puck to get it in. Here's another look at it. There's Clark and Orr. There's the puck, hits the crease. Orr goes down. Clark is still trying to dig that puck in. I don't think he really was using it against Orr. He was trying to dig it in, and Orr was just trying to get him away from it, and then Clark took exception to Bobby, and Bobby throws the gloves at him. Clark had to stick there a little bit whenever Orr threw the glove at him.
14-22 roughing minor penalties to Orr and Clark. It may have been that Clark didn't hear the whistle. Art Skov, the referee, had blown the whistle when that puck was finally pinned out of his view in the crease. And it may indeed have been that Clark couldn't hear it with the crowd roar here and kept trying to poke it in, but he got Mr. Orr angry, and that's always dangerous. He doesn't fight very often, but he's a very strong guy.
This will give Philadelphia a lot of advantage. There's only 3 players on for Boston, so they have 4 for Philadelphia, and they can move the puck around more. There's not as many obstacles, so we'll see what they can do with it.
1:36 left in the penalty to O'Reilly. Flyers control the draw. Dupont just kind of flipped it in. Barber has it checked by Vadnais. McLeish comes up with it. McLeish, Barber, Bladen, and Dupont, the power play. McLeish makes a shot to Dupont. Dupont a drive, blocked by Vadnais, and deflects over the glass and out of play. And Vadnais getting up slowly. He made a fine play, a perfectly timed block, and it hit him on the leg, and he felt it.
McLeish is really smart with that puck. Here is the shot by Dupont, and there's Vadnais going down, catches him on that left leg, bouncing up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off to the right of Gilbert.
1:21 left in the penalty to O'Reilly, 1:45 in the twin penalties to Orr and Clark. Fred Sherrow has McLeish, Barber, Bladen, and Dupont. Bette Whittleland's Bruins have a penalty-killing threesome of Shepard, Dallas Smith, and Carol Vadnais. And Dupont and Vadnais both in the circle. Neil Armstrong spotted it from his location. And again, somebody still in that circle. Flyers had got the draw, but Neil Armstrong had blown the whistle, saying stay out of there. Now Art Skov is coming over to talk to those players, saying stay out of that circle till the puck is dropped. Vadnais and Dupont battling for position.
They get called again. That's a 2-minute penalty to them.
This time Boston gets it. Vadnais can't get it out. Bladen, a low drive, glove save, Gilbert. Super stop by Gilles Gilbert, and these goalies have been brilliant.
Philadelphia haven't had that many shots, but they've had about 4 of them. They've had 5 shots in this game, and 4 of them have really tested Gilbert. We'll see it again. Here he is with that glove hand. Followed it all the way. You talk about reflexes. Both of these goaltenders have them.
1:14 left in O'Reilly's penalty. Still lots of time for the Flyers here. Scoreless hockey. Power play opportunity, 5 men against 4. Face off to the left of Gilbert. Same people on the ice. McLeish against Shepard. McLeish controls to Dupont. Dupont throws it and scores!
McLeish touched that. He got his 2nd goal of this series, and he lengthens his lead in the playoffs. And the Flyers have been winning all those big face-offs.
The shot looked
that
like
was a big one.
The shot looked like it bounced, but I believe it was McLeish who tipped it, and that changed the direction. We'll see it again.
McLeish deflected it to the inside, off the heel of his stick. You'll see it here as he goes across the ice, and he deflects it off the heel of his stick, changing the direction of it. Gilbert didn't have a chance as he was right in front of him. Here's Dupont's shot. McLeish moving across, and the puck changes direction. That's the 6th shot that they had, Philadelphia had in this game. Boston have had 14 shots.
And McLeish got that big face-off, as Ted Lindsay pointed out. And so a little justice there that he got the goal. His 13th playoff goal from Dupont at 14:48. A power play goal with O'Reilly off at the time. 1:30 remaining in the penalties to Orr and Clark. The teams will continue to play at 5 aside until those penalties expire. The penalty to O'Reilly expired on the goal by Philadelphia. Boston controlling the draw. Vadnais with it to Cashman. Cashman bumped inside his own line by Kindrachuk and throws it back. Esposito and Cashman against Kindrachuk and Selesky. Dallas Smith brings it in. Van Imp stopped him. Loose puck picked up by Kindrachuk. Good defensive play by Van Imp. Or is Kindrachuk, number 26. Selesky with him. 2-on-2. Esposito was back there covering for his defenseman. Offside was called. The players didn't hear it with the roar of the crowd. Offside at the Boston line. 1:05 left in the penalties to Orr and Clark. Ted, you said before the game the Flyers had to get it from McLeish, who's been a good homer throughout the playoffs, has not been good on the road, but even at home in this series has not been up to par.
Well, so far early in this game, he has not been skating the way he is capable of. We've noticed him handling the puck very well, but whether he's tired or indifferent, he certainly shouldn't be indifferent, but he hasn't been moving the way he should. Fortunately, he was in the right position there.
Bill Clement and Dave Schultz against Esposito and Cashman. Flyers control that again. Jimmy Watson and Van Imp. Sims and Dallas Smith, the defense pair for Boston. Van Imp shoots it in. 55 seconds left in the penalty. Schultz goes to the corner. Dallas Smith gives him a bump. Cashman can't get away from Clement. Clement throws it back. Good pass to Van Imp. A shot. Blocked in foot. Still there. And cleared by Cashman. Cashman skates out of there. He's been a good worker for this Bruin club throughout this series. Clement stayed with him all the way, and Schultz comes up with the puck. Good back checking by Bill Clement on Cashman. Schultz over the line. Stopped by Dallas Smith. Here comes Esposito. Bladen and Joe Watson waiting for him. 3-on-2. Esposito on the backhander shot. Leg save. Gets his own rebound. Flicks it into the slot. Schultz trying to get there. Sims hustling in. He's upset by Clement. Clement comes up with the puck. Clement comes out ahead for Dave Schultz. And an offside pass called from inside the blue line. Taken over the center red line, and face-off will be inside the blue line. Here's a look at that. Good skating by Cashman and good back-checking by Clement.
Clement coming back there is, yes, Cashman really put the effort on here. Clement followed him all the way. There he knocked the puck. It would have been offside anyway as the puck came over the blue line after him, and he didn't have possession of it.
It's Crisp against Richie Leduc, and the Bruins come up with it. Back in his own zone is Al Sims with Crisp forcing him in deep. Sims over to Dave Forbes. Forbes away from Selesky. A little too far for Leduc. Joe Watson gets there. Clark and Orr back on the ice. The team's at full strength. Clark gets possession of the puck. Shoots it off the board. Takes a bump from behind by Forbes. Leduc has it, and he's met by Bladen with a good stiff shoulder check. Leduc jumped the puck into the corner before he took the hit. Bobby Clark. Good pass up to McLeish at the Flyer line. McLeish has Selesky with him. Bladen trailing. McLeish takes a shot. Glove save by Gilbert, and he holds on as Selesky and McLeish come in looking for the rebound. Now Selesky and Sims have a few words, but nothing transpires there. 3:13 to go in the first period. The Flyers lead it 1-0 on that goal by Rick McLeish, a power play goal at 14:48.
Coach Quinlan has three young players on there, Leduc, Sims, and Forbes, which I think will be with the Bruins for many years to come. Forbes, I like Forbes as a hockey player. He's aggressive, he'll play it clean, he'll play it rough, he likes the body contact, but he also can move the puck.
Number 14, good-looking young rookie on the Bruins team, working on this fourth line unit with Leduc and any other combination on the right side. Hodge at the moment. Schultz is pinned by Leduc. Back of the goal, Selesky in the Bruins zone, but Sims beat him to it. Ahead for Forbes. Forbes knocks it ahead to Leduc. 2-on-2. Hodge with him. Leduc a slap shot wide. Off the goal it comes, and Joe Watson has it. Up the boards for Selesky. Selesky's bad pass too far ahead for Kindrachuk. Goes right to Orr of the Bruins. Orr sends Forbes back in. Forbes is in on goal. Trying to get his front, but Perot came up and cut him off, and Hodge centers it. Hit his own man Leduc, and Schultz takes over. Close call there. That could have deflected the other way behind Perot, but it hit Leduc and bounced in front. Puck knocked out to center ice. Ken Hodge back for it. Hodge backhands it off the glass right to Selesky. Head to Kindrachuk. Kindrachuk all by himself. Sims comes back to cut him off. Kindrachuk can't find an open net as he takes a bump from Forbes, and Sims gets it out to Hodge. It's stolen from him by Barber. Bill Barber, number 7, with Flett. Barber stick handling, gets away from Shepard. Net by Orr. Orr takes it away in the corner. Barber ties him up, and they hold it for a face-off in the Bruin zone.
Take a look at Orr here in that pass up to Forbes. Forbes goes around the edge, and watch Perron come out and cover that angle as Watson cuts Forbes off from being able to go right in front of that net. And this is what you call teamwork on the part of the goaltender and the defenseman. He's got to keep that man to the outside, make him either lose possession or put him at a bad angle and make it easier for his goaltender.
Carol Vadnais and Greg Shepard, as we look from ice level, our handheld camera back of that Bruin net. Schmatz comes on, Busick, Shepard. Teams are at full strength here with all of the penalties expired, and we've got a 1-0 hockey game. The Flyers lead. If they win today, they have won the Stanley Cup. the first expansion team to do so. They came into the National Hockey League in 1967 when the league literally doubled its size from 6 to 12 teams. They've since added 4 more, and there'll be 2 more teams in Kansas City and Washington next year in the National Hockey League. Clark against Shepard. Clark gets it back for Jim Watson, who throws it off the corner boards. Dallas Smith in the corner up to Busick. Busick flips it ahead for Greg Shepard. Barber has him covered, gives him a good bump into the boards, and Bobby Clark takes over. Clark away from Schmatz. Clark just flips it in. It's knocked down or touched by a high stick. Chris comes on. McLeish on the left wing. Lonsberry on the right wing against the Shepard-Busick-Schmatz line. Flyers control. Jim Watson to Terry Chris. Chris backhands it in. McLeish after it. Gilbert comes out, cuts it off, and shot it over the glass and out of play. He tried to bank it off the glass, but he got it up too high. 1:35 to go. Face off in the Boston zone. Flyers have had just 8 shots, but they have the only goal. The Bruins have had 16. Chris against Shepard. Shepard gets it back to Dallas Smith. Back of the goal to Vadnais. Around the boards for Schmatz. Checked by McLeish and forced the other way. Chris goes right after Dallas Smith, who hands it to McLeish of the Flyers. Back to Chris. A bad pass by McLeish. Smith was well covered, and the whistle blows. It was an odd pass from McLeish. He threw it right back to the man with Smith all draped over him. It'll be Clark against Shepard. Shepard's been the best of the Boston face-off men in this series. And it'll be interesting to see if Whittleman tries to have him out there instead of Esposito. Bruins come up with that one. Busick to Schmatz. Schmatz over to Bobby Orr. Orr trying to get around McLeish, who stays right with him, and then DuPont comes to meet him. 2 Flyers converging on Bobby Orr, and they stopped him there right in front of the Flyers bench.
That's what Coach Fred Sherrill was talking about earlier in the game. Give him that puck, and then what we would like to do is just take him along the boards, make him wrestle for it, just to tire him out, get rid of that oxygen out of the system. Because hockey's played for 60 minutes, and this guy can change a game, and it only takes him a matter of a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds.
Esposito, Hodge, and Cashman. The big Boston line against Clark, Schultz, and Lonsberry. A new mixed unit from Fred Sherrill, who will do that throughout the course of the game. Orr knocks it ahead for Hodge. Hodge to Esposito. A minute to play in this first period. DuPont, back of his own goal. Cashman takes it away. Wayne Cashman centers all the way to the blue line. Sims, a drive blocked by a sliding Ross Lonsberry. Hodge has it. Hodge's pass blocked by DuPont. Schultz trying to get out of there. Schultz has it ahead for Lonsberry off the skate. Back in the Flyer zone, Esposito and Clark went down together, and icing is called against Philadelphia. They'll face it off to the right of Bernie Perron on that icing call against Philadelphia. Clark gets it again from Esposito. Back to Van Impe around the boards. Intended for Clement, who's out on the left wing now, but Hodge intercepts, dumps to the corner. 2 men covering on Esposito. Clark gets it around Lonsberry too far, but Sims missed it. But Hodge is there. Good play to keep it in. However, Jimmy Watson brings it right out again. His pass, rink wide to Lonsberry. Lonsberry, watched by Orr. Dumps it back to the goal for Clark. Clark throws it in front. Gilbert got a stick on it. It comes to Lonsberry. Orr checks him. Good defensive play by Orr, tying up Lonsberry. And Hodge is there. It's pinned for a face-off again in Boston territory with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Shepard against Clark on the face-off. Shepard gets it. Dallas Smith has it. Dallas Smith up for Esposito. Bumped by Blayton with the puck over the blue line. And McLeish just fires it back in. Smith knocks it down. The buzzer sounds, ending this first period of play, and it was a dandy. Superior Stanley Cup hockey for the full 20 minutes, and the score at the end of one, the Philadelphia Flyers 1, the Boston Bruins 0. But Orr got it ahead to Busick. Jimmy Watson stops him. Shepard checks in. The pass into Kauf. There'll be a penalty to Al Sims for pulling down Bruce Howick. Cross-checking the call against Al Sims. And the Flyers will have the extra man again in a face-off in Boston territory.
Well, what Boston did Thursday, keeping the pressure on. Take a look at the penalty, the cross-checking. There it is by Sims and Cowick. And the persistency of Philadelphia caused that penalty. They just had Boston bottled up in that end. And if you do it, I've always said throughout my career, Tim, every team is weak in their own end. They always say, well, get that team in their end, you'll get them keep them in trouble. All clubs are that way. There's Gilbert. When that puck was taken away by Chris on Orr, Gilbert come out to clear.
They lead 1-0 here. 14:05 to go in the second period. Clark got it again. Barber a shot. Loose puck in front. Lonsbury. And Bobby Orr stopped that one as he slid in to block Lonsbury's try from the short side. A battle in the corner for it. Blades and Clark. The puck comes loose. Orr with it. Bobby Orr can't get it out. A play by McLeish and dove high. Jump tie, rather, to knock the puck down and keep it in. McLeish to Lonsbury. Lonsbury back of the net. Lonsbury to Clark. Clark to Barber at the blue line. Barber a shot. Tipped in by loose puck cleared by Dallas Smith. Late to the corner McLeish. McLeish lost it to Shepard, and Shepard shoots it down the ice. Tremendous pressure by the Flyers and 2 close calls for Gilles Gilbert. Bobby Orr saved on one of them. McLeish brings it down the left side. 1 minute left of the penalty. Gets away from Cashman. Cashman staying with him. The shot by McLeish. Arm saved Gilbert. Rebound cleared to Bobby Orr. Orr checked by Lonsbury and Boris Kindrachuk. And it's held for a faceoff in the Boston zone.
Action in front of that Philadelphia net, and there's Lonsbury as Gilbert went down to make that save. And right here, Dallas Smith cleared that puck into the corner.
Face off to the right of Gilbert. Esposito got that to Orr. Throws it between his legs, back of the net, comes off with a puck. Bobby Clark right on him. Cashman over to Hodge. Missed the pass. It comes to Joe Watson. Joe Watson, a long shot in wide. Gilbert had some difficulty with it off the backboards, but now has it to Cashman. Cashman hands it right to Barber. A shot. Deflection try. Clark hit the side of the goal. Hodge has it. Hodge out to Esposito. Van Imp broke that up. And back comes Bill Flatt to get the puck. Clark, Barber, Flatt against Esposito, Cashman, and Hodge. Collision at center ice, and Sims comes up with it to Esposito. Bill Esposito a shot. The pass actually to Cashman and tried to deflect it him, but Joe Watson took him off. Hodge gets it out to Orr. Orr a drive, deflection. Loose puck, and Perron knocks it wide of the goal. Penalty coming up. Hodge dumped by Barber back to the net. Barber falls, has the puck, the whistle blows, penalty to Philadelphia. Van Imp and Esposito have some words. Barber took a header back there, but as soon as he got possession of the puck, the whistle blew on the delay call. Here it is.
Watch Perron follow that puck as it went up. There he just hit it with the end of his blade, knocked it into the corner as Cashman, I should say, was going to put that puck in the open net. All the minor officials are from Toronto today, Tim, and I was talking to Joe Lamantina, who has been at the Gardens in Toronto for many years, and they get just as nervous as the player or the referees. They want to do a good job, and everything hinges on them. If they make a wrong call or set the wrong time or put that light on a little bit too quick. So they're keyed up also. There's the goal judge down back of Perron.
Got that hand on the light, ready for anything. Flyers control. Clement got that face-off. Bruins keep it in. Clement blocks Orr's shot, and Orr made a great recovery to prevent a breakaway. That Clement could fly. If he had gotten loose, he would have been home free. In fact, Orr might be the only guy out there who could catch him. Perron comes out to cut it off. Hodge, good hustle, keeps it in. Clement and Esposito battle for it. Clement comes up with it and shoots it down the ice. Clement and Lonsbury up front. Van Imp and Jim Watson back. Shepard, Orr, Cashman, Esposito, and Ken Hodge. The power play for Boston. Bill Esposito, number 7. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup. The Flyers lead it 1-0. Esposito cruising in there, still has it. All the way out to Shepard. Shepard shoots, arm save, rebound, taken by Lonsbury. Off the boards, it comes to Clement. Clement, one man back, it's Orr. Bill Clement against Orr. Clement gives him a move, Orr stays with him. Soft shot handled by Gilbert, who squeezes that puck. 1:05 left in the holding penalty to Joe Watson of the Flyers. And this Texan crowd applauding Bill Clement's efforts on the penalty killing unit. 9:43 to go, second period. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup, if there is a 7th. We'll have it for you Tuesday night from Boston at 8:30 Eastern Time. Barber's shot blocked in front. Busick brings it out. Barber checks him and pulls him down. Busick looking up for a penalty that never came. DuPont shoots it back into the Boston zone. Busick, Shepard, Smots, Vadnais, and Orr, the power play. for the remainder of this penalty. Vadnais brings it up. Bobby Clark and Barber. DuPont and Blade, the penalty killers. And DuPont shoots it down the ice again. Bad passing by the Bruins. Cost them that play. Orr to Shepard. Shepard, long pass again for Bobby Schmatz. Goes all the way to the goaltender, Ferrano, dumps it to the corner for Bobby Clark. Clark falls with a puck underneath him, and it's pinned for a face-off in the Flyers zone. And now, once again, let's join Brian McFarland.
We're with Kate Smith in the Royal Box. Are you enjoying the hockey game?
I'm so excited. It's been the most marvelous game so far. And naturally, I'm happy because the Flyers are ahead on the score 1-0.
Thank you, Miss Smith. Back to the action.
All right, Brian McFarland and Kate Smith, the three-game star of the show, vying for attention here with the superstars of hockey in the Stanley Cup Championship Series. And 17,007 Flyer fans were all Kate Smith fans when the game began this afternoon here at the Spectrum.
Tim, penalties are pretty even in this series. Of the 312 minutes and 1 second played in the series so far, the Philadelphia Club have had 118 minutes and 24 seconds, where Boston have had 107 minutes and 16 seconds. So they're not very far apart.
Shepard against Clark. Clark got it from Shepard. Jimmy Watson back there with Hodge right on him, and that's a lot of body on top of it. Big Ken Hodge. Here's Shepard with the puck. Back to the blue line for Orr. Orr's shot deflected wide. Comes to the near board. Shepard has it. Gives it to Esposito at the point. Still Esposito looking for the open man. Shepard. Shepard over to Busick. He missed the pass. He had a clear shot. Orr has it. As Busick got it quickly back to him. Loose puck in the traffic. Shepard, good play. Orr keeps it in. Esposito. Esposito, the pass. Busick, the shot. That's wide. As Busick on the short side missed the net. The Flyers are back at full strength. Joe Watson is on, but the Bruins keep it in. Esposito to Busick. Busick checked by Van Imp. And it comes out to Bobby Clark, who backhands it down the ice. There'll be no icing. A perfectly fired shot down there because they're back at full strength. Orr to Cashman. Cashman brings it in. Cashman to Terry O'Reilly. Good hit on him from behind. Bruce Cowick. He never saw him coming. A backhand goal shot by Vadnais. Knocked down by Flett. Ahead to Chris. Racing after it. Vadnais there to poke away. Chris Gill. He shoots. Big save. Still there on Terry Chris. A great save. On a good low shot by Chris. Out come the Bruins. O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Orr. Orr down the right side over the line. Bobby Orr dropped past Savard. Back for Orr. Tipped high. Over the net and off the glass. In the corner, Chris comes out with it. Here they go, end to end again. The pass to Cowick off the skate. Vadnais to Orr is all over the place. Bobby Orr over to Marcotte. Over the blue line, a shot knocked down by Blayton. Blayton flips it down to the Boston line. Orr has it there. Bobby Orr won't go off the ice. Vadnais with it. Vadnais still in possession. Skates over the line, stick handling. He has O'Reilly with him. O'Reilly goes to the corner. Blayton in pursuit. Blayton bumps him. O'Reilly trying to center. Chris steals. Chris to Cowick. Cowick dumps it down into the Boston zone again. Vadnais back forth. The Bruins pressing here, and the Flyers just able to dump that puck out. Here's Savard as the teams continue to change on the move. O'Reilly, good back checking by McLeish. Takes the shot away from O'Reilly. Savard is checked by DuPont. DuPont has the puck in the corner. DuPont trying to hit McLeish. Bad pass. Missed everybody. Icing will be called against the Philadelphia Flyers.
In that case there, DuPont is at the wrong end. The bench is at the other end, so he was tired, so he iced it so they get a whistle.
Red Sherrow has Clement out here now, perhaps for that very reason. McLeish, however, is on with him. Clement and McLeish, and the Flyers shoot it down the ice. Jimmy Watson. They've been getting those face-offs in these situations in their own zone and are able to shoot it out of danger and use up valuable time. Here's Clement. Clement trying to get the shot. It's cleared out of there by Orr. And Gilbert made a big play on Bill Clement, who stole the puck in the Bruin zone. And then Orr got that loose puck and saved the day. Orr to Shepard into the Flyer zone. Shepard centering pass, and Perron cut it off before Busick arrived. Clement comes out. Clement with McLeish, and this Bill Clement's played a strong game when he's been on. McLeish has it. McLeish to Clement. Clement falls, and falling over him is Bobby Schmatz. Bobby Orr comes out with the puck. Orr slowly now. Over that line has Shepard with him. Busick, a drive by Orr wide. All the way out to the blue line. His own rebound. He can't catch up with it until it's out to center ice. Orr gives it to Esposito. 1:06 left in the penalty. Phil Esposito backhands it in. Perron holds it up for Ed Van Imp. Van Imp for Rick McLeish, who spins away from Busick with a good move and shoots it down the ice. Flyers send out Crispin Clark now. Moore to Shepard. Over the line offside was number 8, Ken Hodge. 46 seconds remaining in the penalty to Joe Watson.
Perron is absolutely fantastic.
Got to give Hodge A for effort there. He was down on his knees and tried to tip that shot in. And Cashman cutting in front tried to tip it in, but Bernie Perron, depicted here by one of the fans on that banner, came up with a big save. You never see that face. He won't take that mask off until he's really off the ice. I understand he did say that if they win the cup here this afternoon, the mask comes off before he leaves the ice.
Well, he says, I don't want my players to see my expressions, whether it's of anguish or whether it's of concern or anything. Clark talks about him laughing behind that mask.
Esposito against Clark on this faceoff. 16 seconds left in the Philadelphia penalty. Clark battles and he gets it to Lunsbury and it's knocked over the line. It's got to take a little heart out of the Bruins when Perron comes up with that goaltending and the Flyers keep controlling the puck out of their zone. And it's fired down the ice again. And the penalty expires to Joe Watson. And they have now survived 4 man disadvantage situations in this period alone. Bobby Orr brings it up with the teams at full strength. 1-0. The Flyers lead. The pass to Cashman off the boards behind him. Van Impe has it. Van Impe to Selesky. Off his skate to Lonsbury. Selesky picks it up. Selesky cuts to the off-wing side on his backhand. Centers it. Vadnais is there. Vadnais takes it back to the net. Selesky checks it. Kindrachuk with it. Kindrachuk rolls it in front and Orr stopped that and fired it to the near boards. Kindrachuk checked by Esposito. And he's pinned. Schultz tries to come in front. There'll be a penalty to Boston. Vadnais for tripping Dave Schultz. The Flyers did not score on the last power play try, but they did score playing 5 men against 4 back in the first period. Rick McLeish with the only goal of the game so far. And the Spectrum crowd comes alive with a chant here. They'd like to see a little insurance. A 1-goal lead in a Stanley Cup final game with 2 teams like Philly and Boston is certainly not enough.
We've played about 18 minutes of this period, and I think Orr has been on for about 14 of them, I think.
2:14 remaining in this second period. Remember, if the game is tied at the end of regulation time, we'll have sudden death overtime. We're still in the second period here as the Flyers get control. Barber a shot. He shot it right at Gilbert. The puck hit him, came up, glanced off his mask, and went wide.
That was a pretty good guess. Out of the 18 minutes, Orr has been on for 15.
Wow. That's incredible. 15 minutes out of 18. No, not that many. We're checking it now. Can't be that many, Ted. We're going to get you that stat because he's had a lot of ice time. 1:52 left in the penalty to Vadnais. Bobby Clark against Shepard. Clark got it back to Blake. Blake keeping it in. Down to the corner for McLeish. He missed the pass. Dallas Smith around the boards. DuPont keeps it in. Takes a hit from Marcotte. McLeish has it. McLeish to Barber. Barber in the corner. Bladen breaking for the goal. He was open, but Barber didn't get it to him. Now Bladen's well off the point. Orr brings it out, but McLeish gets back to cut him off. The feed to Marcotte over his stick. An offside pass called. Bobby Clark against Shepard. Clark got the draw. Barber and Marcotte racing after it. Marcotte gave it a backhand golf shot. Puck went deep into the Flyers zone. 1:20 left in the penalty. To Carol Vadnais. Tripping at 17:46. DuPont brings it up, flips it into the corner, races after it. Marcotte there ahead of him. DuPont gives him a good hit back in the net. Bobby Orr has the puck. Barber falls trying to check him. Bladen couldn't keep it in. Bladen at center ice over to Clark. DuPont and Marcotte having words and sticks up behind the play. 55 seconds left in the penalty. Shepard and Marcotte, Orr and Dallas Smith, the penalty killers. Boston controls. Dallas Smith. Watched by Blake. Checked by Nolé. Puck goes to the Flyer goal mouth. Perron gives it to Nolé. Final minute of the second period. Nolé, good move away from Shepard. 4 Flyers up. Nolé, who can really fly him. Smith blocked his pass. Orr took the puck to the corner. Kindrachuk checks him. Loose puck. Picked up by Nolé. Simon Nolé down to the corner to Kindrachuk. The rookie, Kindrachuk, looking for the open man. Spins away from Orr to the blue line. Jimmy Watson. Back for Nolé in the corner. Nolé
Out for Kindrachuk. Back to Nole. Trying to get set in front, but turned back by Orr. Still has it. Jimmy Watson, a drive, and a stick save Gilbert. Rebound to Nole in the corner. Flyers moving it effectively here. Orr finally pins Nole. With 5 seconds left in the penalty to Carl Vadnais. Shepard against Clark on this face-off to the right of Jules Gilbert. 4 seconds remaining in the penalty. And somebody in the circle, Neil Armstrong, the linesman, called, and I believe it was Barber he called. Barber was the one who hollered at him anyway for calling it. Barber, and he's covered by Bobby Orr over there. Great advantage to get to that puck, of course. Shepard won that face-off. Bobby Orr drills it around the boards to Esposito. He got enough of it to get it out to center ice. Penalty has expired. 10 seconds left in the period. The team's at full strength. Bobby Orr, back of his goal, banks it off the boards. Van Impe waiting for it for Philadelphia at center ice. And the buzzer sounds, ending the second period. And we have a dandy Stanley Cup championship game going here. The score at the end of 2. The Philadelphia Flyers 1. The Boston Bruins nothing. He was on for a full 6:31 at the end of the second period. A total of 14 and a half minutes. And I'm sure we'll see just as much of them. It's do or die for the Bruins. 20 minutes to go in regulation time. They're on our left. Shepard knocks it in, and DuPont knocks it out. It jumped over Smith's stick. McLeish after it. And DuPont steers him to the sideboards. McLeish staying right with it. McLeish is finally checked by Busick. Busick with Nole checking him. We've got Shepard, Schmatz, and Busick against McLeish, Nole, and Lonsbury. Johnny Busick, the 39-year-old veteran of the Bruins, shoots it over the Philadelphia line. Joe Watson, back of the Flyer net. Watson up the boards for DuPont. DuPont, ahead, intended for Lonsbury. He has it now. Lonsbury over the blue line, watched by Vadnais. Throws it in front. Big save, Gilbert, on Simon Nole's tip-in try. And Nole crashed heavily into the end boards. But his spirit is more hurt than his body as he jumps up now. Brilliant stop by Gilbert.
That could be the save of the game for Boston. Here's the play by Lonsbury. Nole just tips it, and Gilbert followed it all the way, and what a save. This kept his club in it, because if they'd have got 2 goals behind at this early part of the period, of the third period, it would have really hurt them.
McLeish on the face-off against Shepard. One-game goaltending here today has been as good as I can recall in playoff action any time, any year, by any 2 goalies. Vadnais in the corner. Dallas Smith to Shepard. Shepard bumped heavily by DuPont, really gave him a ride. Busick shoots it into the Flyer zone. Back for it, Lonsbury. Lonsbury away from Schmatz. Schmatz steals it, centers it for Shepard. A shot kicked out by Perron. Rebound to McLeish, but Vadnais keeps it in. Bruins keep it in. Shepard to Vadnais, a backhander, and that's stopped. And goes wide of the net. McLeish trying to get out of there. The Bruins pressing DuPont, and Vadnais and Lonsbury all tied up in the back of the Flyer goal.
Schmatz got hit up around the face quite accidentally. It was nothing intentional, but a stick came up and hit him up in the face. Referee Art Scove is looking at it right now, but I don't think there's any damage done. Here's the action again, and there's that save on Vadnais by Perron as he got the stick on there. Here it is again. There's the backhand. DuPont right there, but Perron cleared it off into the side. Schmatz going to the bench, but he's all right there. He just got hit up around the eye, probably up around the eyebrow or the nose.
Bernie Perron showing some of the heat out there. That's a pretty sweaty sweatshirt. There's a lot of humidity here in the Philadelphia area, and this is a hot place this afternoon. Somebody in the face-off circle, they'll do it all over again.
That's just one of many sweaty uniforms out here, because this has been a 2-team effort by everybody. Of course, Boston recognized that they got to win today. Philadelphia want to end it today.
Clark against Esposito. The Bruins have said that if they win here today, they own it. They'll win at home in Boston Tuesday night. The Flyers haven't objected to that too much. They say they'll win it here today. Clark stopped at center ice. Cashman lost it back to Clark. Clark, Barber, and Flett. The pass for Flett, he missed it. Orr sends Cashman back. Esposito, Hodge, and Cashman, the Boston line. Cashman over the line offside is Ken Hodge on the right wing. 18:25 to go in the third period with the score. The Philadelphia Flyers 1. The Boston Bruins nothing. Bobby Clark, Barber, and Flett against the Esposito, Hodge, Cashman line. Flyers control. Van Impe backhands a high one into the Bruin zone. Orr is there. Barber on him. Orr to Hodge. Hodge slaps it out right to Jimmy Watson. Watson gives it to Bobby Clark. Everybody onside, and he backhands it in. Flett after it. Cashman ahead of him. Flett, Cashman, Al Sims all in there, and Sims elects to take a face-off, and the Flyers will settle for that. We've been advised that Oris Kindrachuk suffered a broken nose earlier in the game from an errant high stick, an accidental high stick, and has continued to play, and we expect him back out there. They simply stuffed up the nose with cotton, and he's going to finish out this game, broken nose or not. Al Sims. There's number 26, Oris Kindrachuk. Tough young rookie, and has really contributed to this Flyer effort all season long. Clark against Esposito. Poked out to the blue line. Van Impe kept it in, just barely. Sims has it ahead for Cashman. Cashman with Bobby Clark checking him ferociously, and Sims shoots it into the Flyer zone. Back comes Jim Watson for the puck, banks it around the glass, and it goes into the Flyer bench. So they'll face it off in Philadelphia territory. We're in the third period, 17:47 to go. There is no tomorrow for the Bruins. And if they win, then they'll force that seventh game Tuesday night in Boston. As Pep Whittleman, their coach, says we're still very much in this. It's only 1-0. On the left of the the Philadelphia net, the face-off is taken by the Flyers. Van Impe can't get it out. Orr shot blocked by Van Impe, but rebounds to center ice. Sims to Bobby Orr. Orr to Cashman off his skates. Cashman met by Kindrachuk, who gives him a good bump, and that's a weight overmatch. Out comes Jimmy Watson. Here's Kindrachuk. Kindrachuk, stick handling, breaks on. Checked by Cashman, can't keep the puck in, gets it again, but it's offside with Barber caught well in down by the Boston goal.
Face-offs in the second period were Philadelphia won 16-22. Clark 10 out of 14. Espo 4 out of 10.
And in the game so far, Philadelphia's won 31 of 47 face-offs. A shot by Dallas Smith, leg save for Run, covers on the rebound.
That's what Boston has to do to make this series go 7 games. They've got to get those shots at DuPont. Here's the shot from the point, and the action, and the congregating right around in front of that net, and there's Perron again, as he has been all day, smothering it.
Boston got this face-off this time. We were just giving you the stats on it, and it was a big one. It led to a good shot on goal by Dallas Smith. Savard against Kindrachuk. Kindrachuk wins this one to DuPont. DuPont to Selesky. Selesky trying to get out of there. Vadnais checking him. Boston defensemen are pressing up a little closer now. Schultz breaks out. Dallas Smith is back. Marcotte checking him. Smith takes the puck. Smith is turned back by Schultz. Gives it to Terry O'Reilly. O'Reilly checked by Selesky, so Dallas Smith takes over. To Vadnais. Vadnais out for Savard. Picked off by Kindrachuk. Vadnais again to Dallas Smith. Smith steps inside Selesky. Lost the puck to Dave Schultz. Schultz checked by O'Reilly. Savard takes it away from Kindrachuk. Drops it back to Dallas Smith as Kindrachuk stayed right on it. Carol Vadnais dumps it into the Flyer zone. DuPont backboard. Icing will be called against the Boston Bruins. 16:13 to go in the third period. The score, the Philadelphia Flyers 1. The Boston Bruins 0. Bill Clement is on. Terry Crisp is on left wing. And Don Selesky on the right side, a fourth-line combination put together by Fred Sherrill against Esposito, Hodge, and Cashman. Crisp comes up with him to Joe Watson. Watson to Selesky. Selesky, 3 Bruins on him, still has it, works his way to the corner, centers it, and Orr is there to intercept. Starting Esposito out all by himself. Wingers trying to catch up. Clement back-checking. Crisp forechecking against him, and they take it away finally. Hodge knocks it off Clement's stick. DuPont in the corner. Around the boards, Sims gambling in deep there. Got there ahead of Selesky for the puck, kicks it, and Joe Watson comes up with it for the Flyers. Around his own goal, Hodge and Crisp. Hodge centers it. Here's Cashman with a weak shot wide. Perron stopped it anyway, steering it to the backboards. Joe Watson to Selesky. Gets away from Sims, but shot the puck ahead of him, and it's deep into the Bruins zone. Orr is there. Teams changing on the fly. Orr to Sims. Sims has Esposito with him. The pass, Esposito didn't see it coming. Clement tried to start Crisp in, hit him in the skates. Busick shoots it in. Busick is on with Schmott. Shepard is coming on. Vadnais and Dallas Smith all jump on for Boston. Vadnais picks up a loose puck at center ice, shoots it over the lead line. DuPont Swings away from Shepard. Andre Dupont fakes a shot, now takes a high one, caught by Gilbert. Gilbert leaves it for Dallas Smith. Smith beating up the right side, intended for Schmatz. It didn't get there. Lonsberry shoots it wide of the net. Shepard checked by Nole, and the Flyers skating hard here. They lead by 1. Vadnais. Cross ice pass for Busick. Backhands it all the way to the right wing side. Deep into the Flyer zone. Jimmy Watson is there. Throws it up the boards for Lonsberry. Lonsberry and Vadnais. Vadnais got there first. Dumps it to the corner. Back to the goal. Van Imp for Nole. Too far. Dallas Smith shoots it in. Now the Bruins forcing the play. Perron cut that off. Gives it to Van Imp. Van Imp just golfs it down the ice. A backhander. And it's going to be an icing call against the Flyers. Van Imp, no, it was not. It was called off and stolen by Nole. Nole to McLeish, and he shot it wide. Rick McLeish shot it wide. Vadnais out to Busick. Busick over to Schmartz. McLeish missed a great chance there. Jimmy Watson got there ahead of Schmartz. Watson slowing it down off the boards for Rick McLeish. McLeish with Nole and Lonsberry. 3-on-3. McLeish swinging over to the left wing side, shoots it out the corner boards. Around for Lonsberry. Lonsberry met there by Busick and Dallas Smith. Got it to Nole, tied up by Shepard. And it's held for a faceoff in the Bruins zone. 13:01 to go in the third period. The score, Philadelphia 1, the Boston Bruins 0.
McLeish missing an opportunity from Nole to put this game in pretty safe hands for them here as the puck comes to him, and he shoots the puck wide as it was a rolling puck. And there he is in disgust, swinging that stick because he thought he had it.
All right, back live. Kindrachuk to Bladen. His shot blocked by Marcotte. Marcotte cuts out of his own zone. Stopped by Schultz. Kindrachuk keeps it in. Kindrachuk, Selesky, Schultz against Savard. No, Leduc is out at center between Marcotte and O'Reilly. And Schultz racing after the loose puck. Orr there ahead of him. Bobby Orr trying to break out of his own zone, runs into traffic at the blue line. Kindrachuk and his own man O'Reilly pile up there and held long enough for a faceoff right there at the Boston blue line. Orr trying to do it all himself, and he feels his time element now, I think, Ted, and I think we'll see him rush that puck every chance he gets.
Well, he thought he saw a hole there, but Philadelphia anticipated what he was doing, and two of them were there, Kindrachuk and Selesky, very quickly, and closed it.
12:30 to go in the third period. Bruins control the faceoff. Orr to Sims. Al Sims, the rookie defenseman, flips it off the corner boards. O'Reilly trying to center, blocked by Dupont. Dupont up for Dave Schultz. Marcotte has him covered and blasts it back. Teams taking turns forechecking effectively at each end. Leduc on Selesky. And the Bruins keep it again. Sims shoots it off the boards. O'Reilly after it. Dupont lost his balance. Leduc staying on the centering side. There's going to be a penalty. He was pulled down. He didn't lose his balance. He was tripped. Kindrachuk throws it to Dupont. There'll be a penalty. Delayed call against Boston. Dupont brings it up. Dupont shoots it in. Racing after it is Al Sims. He touches. The whistle blows. And the Bruins get a penalty for tripping Andre Dupont.
The Duke will get the penalty. He took the feet out from under him. And this gives Philadelphia an opportunity on that power play. Excuse me, it looks like Riley. I thought it was Leduc. It was O'Reilly.
Jerry O'Reilly, number 24, tripping at 8:12. They call it hooking. Hooking at 8:12. And the Flyers dearly love a power play goal here. 11:48 remaining in the third period. They lead 1-0. The only goal, Rick McLeish at 14:48 of the first period. Face-off in the Bruins zone to the left of Gilbert. Fred Sherrill sends out Rick McLeish, Bobby Clark at center. McLeish on left wing, Barber on the right wing side. Bladen and Jimmy Watson. Nep Whittleton has Shepard, Vadnais, Esposito, and Dallas Smith. Clark hits the draw. Bladen has the puck. Trying to get it into Clark and stolen by Shepard. Shepard one man back. Long shot caught by Perron. Bobby Clark sets up. Good play by Greg Shepard. Clark out of his own zone. Coming with him is Bladen. Now Barber. Clark shoots it in. Gilbert missed it. It jumped over his stick. McLeish has it. McLeish back the other way. Bladen has to go in deep for it. Esposito slaps at it. It comes over the blue line. Barber is there, but he'll have to wait for everybody to get onside. Barber turns and shoots it in. The Flyers not making a play here, just shooting it in. Gilbert hands it right back to Barber, to Clark. To Barber, walking in front to Clark. Clark shoots, Gilbert save. Puck rolls to the far corner. Barber's dumped. Esposito gets it. Shoots it out over the blue line, off the stick of Blake. Gilbert nearly cost the Bruins a goal. That would have been a shame. He's played so brilliantly. Esposito in his own zone. Turned back by Rick McLeish and doing the job. Phil Esposito using up some time and firing it down the ice. 56 seconds left in O'Reilly's penalty. Jimmy Watson. Bruins have outshot the Flyers 28-24 on the game so far. Watson shoots it in. Gilbert has it. Gilbert backhands it again. A blind pass right to Lonsbury. Lonsbury to McLeish. McLeish tied up by Dallas Smith. Lonsbury keeps it loose. Bladen after it. 30 seconds left in the penalty. Bladen shot deflects over to Hindrachuk. To Jimmy Watson. Jimmy Watson throws a puck by badly shot wide by McLeish. Esposito finds an opening and shoots it down the ice. 17 seconds left. Perron comes quickly up to feed it to Watson, trying to get them on a line change. Jimmy Watson knocked down by Dallas Smith. A shot by Lonsbury deflects wide. Nole keeps it alive to Joe Watson. Joe Watson, a shot, that's wide. All the way to the near side boards at the blue line. Marcotte racing after it. Marcotte takes it deep into the Flyers zone, gets around Dupont, centers it. But Nole is there, he overskates it. Taken by Vande, centers again. Cut by Perron, and he holds onto that puck. 9:38 to go in regulation time. The score, Philadelphia 1, the Boston Bruins nothing. Gilles Gilbert puts on the mask, and we're ready for action again. Face off to the left of Bernie Perron. Shepard against Bill Clement. Clement, Schultz, and Zaleski the line here for the Flyers. Shepard, Busick, and Schmatz for Boston. Teams at full strength. Zaleski knocks it down into the Boston zone. Orr's back there. Clement right on him. Orr swings down the right side. Clement in pursuit. Orr still with the puck. Orr lets loose. It's deflected wide to the corner. Clement lets it go to Van Imp. Van Imp couldn't get it out. Clement takes it away from Greg Shepard. Orr brings it in. He's dumped. There'll be a penalty here to Philadelphia. And racing for that Boston bench is Gilbert. They have the extra man on. Delay penalty coming up. Bruins with 6 men on the ice, all attackers. Gilbert's out of the goal. They cannot be scored against in this situation. Unless they shoot it in their own net, of course. Esposito to Sims. Rink wide to Schmatz. Bobby Schmatz deep to the corner. They'll try to keep possession to get a shot, and Van Imp got it and shot it out to the blue line. And the whistle blows as the Flyers got possession of the puck. Schultz will get the gate.
Al Sims very carelessly threw that puck.
Pardon me. I'm sorry, Ted.
Al Sims very carelessly threw that puck back to Esposito, and if he'd have been over a little bit further, it would have gone into the open net, and of course would have counted because there wouldn't have been a whistle.
That was right.
Here again, we'll watch that trip.
It is Schultz.
There's Orr coming in. Then you'll see the knee goes out and a little bit of the grab.
Penalty to number 18, Schultz, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty.
Time is an important factor to Boston with 8:45 to go, and you can't win a game unless you score goals, and they're behind 1-0 right now.
Schultz it was. Zaleski was contesting the call with referee Art Skold. For a moment we thought Zaleski was going to get it, but it was Schultz. Holding is the call as he upset him, as you saw on the replay, at 11:15. Now the Bruins, 6-man to 5 advantage. Art Skold over at the Bruin bench says, come on, let's go, Gilbert. You were just over here a minute ago. Let's get the hockey game started.
The thing that kept the game so long in Boston Thursday was the players delaying with the scuffling and the fights and not getting into position or getting into the penalty box. But Art Skold has been moving the game along very quickly all day. He's not giving them a chance. He's given them a warning, and both coaches are having their players adhere to that warning.
8:45 to go in the third period. 1-0 Philadelphia leads on the goal by Rick McLeish. Boston playing 6 men against 5. Schultz, a holding penalty at 11:15 for the Flyers. Shepard, Cashman, Busick, Esposito, and Orr. For the Boston Bruins, Clark controls the face-off to Jim Watson, tied up immediately by Cashman. They'll face it off again. Clark, Barber, Jim Watson, and Ed Van Imp. These Flyers have been without their great veteran defenseman Barry Ashby, an all-star this year, who was injured in the New York series. And they've made it through here with a chance to win the Stanley Cup in the final series without him. Gary Dornhofer, their good two-way right winger, also out of action. Barber for Clark. In a little too deep, and he shot it wide. He made a great play to get the shot away and all. Didn't miss by much. Orr comes back quickly. Bobby Orr in deep. Checked by Clark, then by Jimmy Watson. Clark gets it and shoots it down the ice. Gilbert stops that. I don't know how Clark got that shot away, and Esposito hanging all over him. Down at the other end on the play near the Boston goal. Busick turned back by Clement. Clement came on to replace Clark, and Lonsbury steps on for Barber. Fred Sherrill keeping fresh legs on. Shepard over to Busick. Busick back for Shepard. Shepard to Orr. Orr tees it up, fires high, stop, just saved. Rebound by Cashman, and Perron grabs that.
Cashman took about 3 swings at that as the puck was in the air, and Perron, here's the shot by Orr, and the puck was bouncing in the air, and there's Cashman. As Perron was trying to get his glove on, and you'll see Cashman take a swing at it as the puck was loose. And then there, Perron finally gets his glove on it. Clark's shot just misses the corner on the far side there. Nice, easy shot. But Gilbert come out and covered enough of the angle that Clark couldn't see any of the net.
I thought he was in too deep to even get the shot in front of the net. And Esposito coming back to check him between Clark and the goaltender Gilbert. But remarkable Bobby Clark got the shot away anyway, and it was a near miss. 1-0. 1:07 left in Schultz's penalty. Face-off in the Flyers' zone. Esposito, Cashman, Busick, Orr, Vadnais now. Clement, Jimmy Watson, Ed Van Impen, Lonsbury, the penalty killers. Esposito trying to get it back to the blue line on that try. See which way he goes this time. He goes the same way and wins it to Orr. Orr down the boards for Cashman. Jimmy Watson gets it and shoots it down the ice. Flyers lead this series 3-2. Busick, Esposito, Lonsbury back checking, knocks down Joe Watson as he was pulled down from behind. Lonsbury shoots it down the ice. 40 seconds remain in the penalty. Orr leading the attack. Vadnais with him. Cashman, Esposito, Busick, they're all over the line. And offside called by linesman Claude Béchard. Picking out his man, he points to Busick, said, "You're the guilty man."
Johnny didn't like the call. Johnny thought he held back enough, but it was a very close one, and these referees have done a fine job in the playoffs, particularly these linesmen calling those close offside.
32 seconds remain. There is Claude Béchard. You can see the shiner. That's Neil Armstrong, the other linesman. Claude Béchard had quite a shiner he picked up in our game last Sunday on NBC. That left eye, white, black, and blue, and it was a face-off at this very spot. And the sticks came up following the drop of the puck, and one of them caught him right in the eye. Fortunately for Claude, it was not a serious injury, but he still got quite a shiner a week later. 29 seconds. Well, that's unofficially. Officially on the clock, it's 32 remaining in the penalty to Schultz. Esposito got the draw. Vadnais shoots it in. Perron tried to cut it off. It got away from him. DuPont gets it loose to Barber, but Orr got it to Hodge, who handed it right to Clark, and Clark shoots it down the ice. 17 seconds left in the penalty. Bruins will get one more rush with the extra man. They trail 1-0. If you missed some of this game, you've missed one of the great ones. Cashman to Esposito. Esposito over the blue line. Drops it back. Orr, good effort to keep it in. Orr takes a shot. It hit DuPont in the seat of the pants. Joe Watson to Clark to Barber. Barber ahead for Schultz, is back on. Couldn't quite get the pass. Orr cut him off, and icing will be called against the Flyers as the penalty expired to Schultz. 6:36 to go in the third period. The score: Philadelphia 1, the Boston Bruins 0. Kate Smith looking on from the executive box over there with owner Ed Snyder and President Joe Scott of the Flyers. 36-3-1, Kate's Flyer record. Terry Crisp tried to clear it down the ice. It came back into the playing surface, and Edestrand has it back of the Boston goal. He hasn't seen a whole lot of ice time today. Savard checked by Terry Crisp. Crisp, Selesky, and Bill Flett the line. The teams are at full strength, and there's that hard work again. Crisp poking it away from Dallas Smith, and Flett keeps it in. Bill Flett, backhand pass for Selesky, too well covered. Selesky goes after it. Smith ties him up. Terry O'Reilly trying to get the puck loose, but it's held long enough against the back of the Boston goal for a faceoff. 5:58 to go in the third period, and this crowd senses that their club is not far from winning the Stanley Cup.
What Philadelphia did last Sunday just kept that pressure on Boston in their own end, and what Boston did to them Thursday night in Boston. So Philadelphia would like to keep Boston down in this end for the next 5 minutes and 58 seconds.
McLeish, Nolay, and Lonsberry come on to face Shepard, Busick, and Bobby Schmatz. There is lots of time left, we hasten to add, for these Boston Bruins. They trail by only one, and if they should score and not get another before the third period ends, they would force sudden death overtime. The Flyers continue to press, skate, and they hold their lead. Kindrachuk came on at center. McLeish moved to the left wing, and a last-minute change by Fred Sherrill. Boston controlling that draw. This is Greg Shepard. Shepard to Orr. Orr to Dallas Smith. Smith over the line, checked by Lonsberry, gets a shot away wide. Schmatz, after the rebound, throws it back to the goal for Busick. Busick centers for Shepard. Good check on him by Kindrachuk, just as he was about to let it go. Forward his own blue line to Shepard. Shepard's pass blocked by Jimmy Watson. Kindrachuk pokes it away from Shepard. Rick McLeish has it. McLeish trying to get around Orr. Orr got enough of him. McLeish still has it. Off the skate of Orr. Kindrachuk throws it into the goal crease. Gilbert put a stick on that. McLeish is dumped by Busick. There'll be a penalty to John Busick for tripping Rick McLeish. 5:06 to go in the third period. Flyers leading 1-0, and they'll have the extra man.
Here's the replay. Of course, there, Busick got the stick into Shepard, or into McLeish, and took him high off the ice, and Art Stowe was right on it. Made the call, and of course with 5:06 to go, this doesn't give Boston too much chance if Philadelphia could score in this 2-minute man advantage.
Fred Sherrill sends out Clark. McLeish stays on. Barber comes on. Bladen is there. They need one more. Orr comes off. One of the rare trips to the bench for him today. Dupont comes on for Philadelphia. Shepard, Vadnais, Dallas Smith, and Marcotte, the penalty killers. That is a tough penalty for John Busick, the great veteran, to take. From the face-off, it's knocked back by Shepard as they control. Vadnais backhands it out to center ice. Dupont has it. Dupont to Bladen. Bladen shoots it in. Vadnais shoots it out. Dupont waiting for people to get onside. Shoots it in again. Vadnais off the boards, right to Clark. Clark centers for Barber. Backhand shot, good five. McLeish trying to center. Checked by Vadnais. McLeish still battling there. To Clark, tied up by Vadnais. Vadnais doing a real pushing and shoving job. Clark keeps it loose to McLeish. McLeish out to Bladen. Bladen to drive, tipped wide by Clark. Somebody without a stick, it's Dallas Smith. Vadnais gets control and backhands it down into Flyer territory. 1:14 to go. Get a tripping penalty to John Busick. Bladen turned back by Marcotte. Gives it to Dupont. Dupont to McLeish. McLeish lost it to Vadnais. Vadnais shoots it into the Flyer zone. Horace Kindrachuk is on. Kindrachuk, Lonsberry, and Nolay now the forward line. Kindrachuk, right side feed for Nolay off the boards, too far. Smith shoots it to the Flyer line. Kindrachuk has it. Kindrachuk spins away from Shepard. 43 seconds left in the penalty. Kindrachuk into the slot, shoots off the leg of Vadnais. Kindrachuk takes it back to the net. Looking for an open man, still has it, throws it in front, comes all the way to the blue line. Dupont a drive, that's wide. Rebound to Bladen at the blue line. A shot blocked by Marcotte. Nolay has it on a deflection. Nolay to Dupont, a shot wide. Marcotte got there ahead of Bladen and shot it out to center ice. 19 seconds left in the penalty. 3:20 remaining in the hockey game in regulation time. Dupont shoots it in. Lonsberry after it, lost his balance. Vadnais has it. Vadnais for Boston. Crisp is on now for Philadelphia. Sherrill changing men every few seconds here. Jimmy Watson back of his own goal. Esposito was on. Penalty to Busick has expired. Nole brings it up. Number 17 shoots it into the Boston zone. Busick has it. Teams at 6 aside. 2:56 to go. Chris slams at it. Hit the referee's go, but kept the puck in. Orr brings it out. Away from Chris. Orr brings it in over the line. Orr being checked from behind by Chris. And Barber comes back. This is Al Sims. Sims over to Cashman. Cashman with Esposito. And Hodge on. The pass to Hodge. Hodge shoots. Big save by Bernie Perrott on a low blast from Hodge. Rebound to Barber. Barber to Chris. The breakaway. Clark. Orr after. Bobby Clark and Orr. Took him off. The puck will be a penalty. Esposito has it. Holding will be the call of Bobby Orr. And Orr is furious. He's going after referee Scoe. Scoe's called it holding. If a penalty could be called, I don't see it could be called holding. We'll see it in a minute. 2:22 to go in the hockey game. The score, Philadelphia 1, Boston nothing.
A very important penalty for both clubs. Here's Clark breaking out and Orr coming back. Let's take a look at it and see what you think about this. I thought he just knocked him off the puck. Of course, he had that left arm on there, and I think Skov thought that's what held him. So I guess if you're a Boston fan, you're not happy. If you're a Philadelphia fan, that makes you happy on the referee's call.
2:22 to go. You see Bobby Orr in a penalty box. Obviously a very distraught young man. Bep Whittleton, the Boston coach, looking on.
There's that save on Hodge by Perron, right down on the right foot. Good shot, but Perron gets that leg out there and kicks it off, as he's done all afternoon, as the Bruins have not scored on him yet.
We'll have a face-off in the Boston zone when we get underway here. Gilles Gilbert, who has been brilliant. These Boston Bruins have battled every step of the way in a classic hockey game at the Spectrum today. They were down 3-1 in this series. They came back with a great effort Thursday night. They won it 5-1. They came in here today saying, we'll be in Boston Tuesday. Just watch. Well, the Flyers had other ideas, but the margin stands at 1 meager goal. We have had brilliant playmaking, very tough, hard, clean body checking, a normal number of penalties for a game like this, no nonsense at all, and 1 goal by Rick McLeish. Bobby Orr, the superstar of the Bruins, who will have to watch the rest of this period, all but 22 seconds from the penalty box. 2:22 to go. Fred Sherrill's remarkable Flyers have Bobby Clark, Rick McLeish, Jimmy Watson, Ross Lonsbury, and Andre Dupont. For the Bruins, Greg Shepard, their best face-off man now. Vadnais, Esposito, and Dallas Smith. Clark controls again. Dupont with a puck. Down to Lonsbury. Lonsbury checked by Dallas Smith. Lonsbury kicks it loose. Vadnais checked by Clark, forced out of there. Vadnais one-hands it ahead to Esposito. Good play by Vadnais. Out to Shepard. Shepard, a long shot deflected by Dupont, and it goes way up into the seats behind goaltender Bernie Perron. The Conn Smythe Trophy will go to the MVP in the Stanley Cup Series. That includes all of the playoff games, not just the final series. And certainly, you have to say that Mr. Perron is a leading candidate, not the leading candidate, but a leading candidate. 2:03 remaining in the third period. Shepard will face off against Clark at the point where that puck left the ice. Cashman comes out on the left wing. If the Flyers win, that cup will be presented out on the ice, so don't go away. Dupont to Clark. Clark ahead for McLeish, but Vadnais picks it off. Carl Vadnais. Vadnais checked, and Clark has it. Here's Lonsbury. Backhander saved by Gilbert. Loose puck. Still a scramble for it. And a tangle of bodies. Finally, the whistle blows. And Gilbert came up big again.
Vadnais almost got himself in trouble. A very careless play defensively. When you're mad short, you don't try to beat a man near your blue line. You get that puck out of trouble first. Here, right here, is where he loses it, as 2 Philadelphia players were on him. And there's Clark getting the puck over. Smith coming back in to help out Gilbert, but Philadelphia missed right here. The puck got loose again, but Philadelphia couldn't get to it as Boston covered up.
1:25 left in Bobby Orr's holding penalty. 1:47 left in the third period.
And a little scrap in the crowd down here, as these fans are all very involved in this victory. A young man with a Boston Bruins sweater is involved in that altercation, so that's not entirely surprising. Clark against Shepard. Battle for that loose puck. Smith has Lonsbury tied up. 1:41 remaining in the game. 1:19 left in the penalty.
You're looking at exhausted hockey players out there. They have given everything. They have given everything.
It'll be Clark against Shepard. This is the Bruin bench looking on anxiously. Darrell Lettestrand in the foreground. Shepard got that draw to Esposito. Back to Shepard. He has to go back with it, and that forces Dallas Smith back of his own net. Dallas Smith lost it to Lonsbury. Lonsbury and Vadnais made the stop. A shot by Van Impe deflected wide. Vadnais made a big play there to break up that shot. Van Impe tried to keep it in, couldn't do it. Clark shoots it in. 57 seconds left in the penalty. 1:18 left in the period. Dallas Smith brings it up. Van Impe lost his balance, but Crisp is back to cover for him. And Crisp intercepts and shoots it to the blue line. Vadnais gives it to Dallas Smith. 43 seconds left in the penalty. Gilbert out of the goal, feeds it to Vadnais. Vadnais lost it to Barber. Barber to Crisp. Crisp off the boards to the corner. McLeish is there. McLeish throws it to the corner again. Vadnais. We're in the final minute of the game. Barber trying to find an open man in front. Off the skate. Dallas Smith gives it to Phil Esposito. Esposito gives it to Vadnais. Vadnais looking for an open Bruin. Tried Shepard. He couldn't hold the pass. It goes deep into the Flyer zone. Van Impe has it there. 10 seconds left in Orr's penalty. 30 seconds left in the period. Cashman with a puck. 1-0 the Flyers lead. If they hold it, they will win the Stanley Cup. Perron holds it up for Van Impe. Van Impe up the boards for McLeish. Vadnais comes in to try and keep it in. It's knocked out again. 16 seconds left. Barber after a loose puck.
15 seconds left in the game. Shoots it down the ice. Clark makes the save. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers have won the Stanley Cup.
The first expansion team to do it, coming into the league in 1967 and winning the Stanley Cup in 6 games from this very tough, very competitive Boston Bruins team. 17,000 fans at the Spectrum are deliriously happy here. And a mob on the ice, we did expect this. And the traditional handshake between these two tough opponents who battled each other tooth and nail for 6 tough games. And this unique display of sportsmanship in professional sport, it does not happen anywhere else, only in hockey, and it's really something to see. The traditional handshake, and these fellas saying, well, we tried to knock your brains out because we wanted that Stanley Cup. But we appreciate your efforts, you won it, and you earned it. And the Flyers certainly did. They have each won $19,000 in prize money per man, and the losing Boston Bruins have won $15,000 in prize money. That includes all of the playoff money and the money for finishing first in their respective divisions. Bernie Parent, that brilliant goaltender, being congratulated by Ken Hodge. Parent, just outstanding, and today he was joined by Gilles Gilbert, who has been a fine goaltender, a brilliant goaltender throughout the series, overshadowed somewhat by Parent, but today Gilbert was equally brilliant. The Bruins had 30 shots, the Flyers had 26 shots, and both those goalies were great. Well, Ted Lindsay, what's your comment here?
Well, I think we'd have to, and I agree on the Conn Smythe Trophy. Perron deserved it for his steady play throughout the game. It was a great team effort. It takes a team to win it. But without Perron and the many, many great saves in the Atlanta series and the New York series and now in the Boston series.
There it is. Just announced, Bernie Perron is the winner of the Conn Smythe trophy as the most valuable player in all of the Stanley Cup playoffs, then he was indeed great.
The last time the Stanley Cup was won in a shutout game was in 1972 when the Bruins defeated the New York Rangers 3-0 in the 6th game. The last time the Cup was won in a 1-0 game, that was in 1953 when Elmer Locke for the Montreal Canadiens scored against the Boston Bruins in the 5th game.
There is Oris Kindrachuk embracing his goalie, Bernie Perrant. The happy Flyers trying to get just a little bit together out there as they await the presentation of the Stanley Cup itself. There it is, the symbol of hockey supremacy, what this whole game is all about. And Ted Lindsay, perhaps a little nostalgic look back on moments like these that you've been involved in out there when you know that cup belongs to your team.
Well, you know, you fight, as you mentioned, Tim, the fact that these fellas shake hands with each other. You're not happy to shake hands with them, but you recognize the talents of the individual and how he beat you in the series or in this game, whatever way it was. But you know, the letdown, you don't really get it until about a day or two from now. Then tomorrow morning the boys will get up and they'll recognize that it's all over. They don't have to go to practice. They don't have to worry about the drills, the discipline and what have you, and then they can enjoy the summer. It is a tremendous letdown tomorrow, but then the next couple of days you start to really enjoy it.
Well, the Philadelphia Flyers took it from the Boston Bruins, and league president Clarence Campbell, the white-haired gentleman in the middle of your screen a moment ago, has given it to the Flyers captain, Bobby Clarke. And Bobby Clarke will try a victory skate with that around here, similar to the soccer tradition in Europe. But it'll be very difficult for him to get around. The fans are all over the ice here, as you can see. Bernie Perrant and Bobby Clarke are carrying the Stanley Cup around the ice here at the Spectrum. And this might be the toughest duty that they've had physically since the hockey season began way last fall.
Tim, I think you'd have to say this is the arrival of the expansion teams, the original expansion teams. The Philadelphia should be a good omen for all of the other expansion clubs, from the players to their coaches to the management, that it can be done.
It was a great, great hockey game, and that has given the Flyers the Stanley Cup here in the Spectrum where their fans can enjoy it the very most.